What up, boys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is KT from TopLevelDating.com. I wanted to share with you guys just some interesting insights on how the dating culture is moving and how it shapes our preferences on our decisions and who we choose to date, how we choose to date. I've been helping you guys for the past almost 6 or 7 years now. And what I've noticed is every few months I'm hearing something new about how you guys are going about it. And it's just funny because some of the biggest, subscriber channels and the most viewership content directly influences how you guys think about women. Instead of going about it a specific way so you can discover what exactly gets you what you want. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys just some quick pointers and let me know how the quality is. This is something I rarely do, is go live, but I want to definitely start doing it more often, especially on Sundays. Give you guys direct access to ask me anything. And yeah, and we're going to jump into a few videos to show you guys some examples of exactly what I mean. Yeah, and I'm going to discuss what social media is and how it's used. I'm someone who's over the past few years learned social media from a producer standpoint and an analyst. It's something that I noticeably become better at, and the more and more I get into it, the better I get at it, the more I discover and realize a lot of it is trash, a lot of it is BS, and it's just twisted in all different kind of directions for viewership. And it's less about truth, it's less about what actually helps, what actually can make you guys happier. So there was something I was watching the other day. If you guys know what this channel is, Myron Fresh and Fit, I just jumped in. These guys are from Miami. I've been to Miami a few times, and there was a period in time I was down in Miami for like 3 months, and in my opinion it's one of the best cities to date in the US, hands down. And just quality of life in general, everything's beautiful, everyone's happy, everyone's very respectful and nice, and it's especially the women. I've never had any major issues outside of what's typical. Flaking happens, the standard dating path happens. You may have a woman interested and she may lose interest for whatever reason, or she may be with her friends at the venue and saying it's a girls' night. It happens. It's nothing much different than anywhere else you go, but the overall quality of the relationships is pretty good. I was making friends like that. So what's being reported is not necessarily what I experienced. What's being reported is not necessarily what I've experienced. And I have some like top tier beautiful women that I've dated in Miami. Stunning. And it's like, it's all about how you go about it and your experience and capabilities on what you do to get something. A lot of these guys are out for viewership, money. Not saying Myron is or anything, but content is completely different from reality, like real life. So I'm gonna go over a few different things, and I'm gonna wait for a few guys to hop in, but I'm going to be jumping into it soon. Just going to make sure everything is good. Should be good. So I'm gonna play a couple videos through, and then I'll give you guys my opinion. But the overall connection should be fine. So I'm gonna play a couple videos through. Yeah, let's go. Alright, so I'm gonna jump into this clip right here. This is a video that I literally just hopped into just the other day, and he said a couple things that I didn't necessarily agree with. I'm gonna tell you guys why I don't agree with it, but let's go.
It's been a minute since we've done this, I think a few weeks.
By the way, I can already tell from being in Miami so many times and practically living there, I know exactly where he's at. I know exactly which intersection he's in. He's right there on Lincoln, which is a very high foot traffic. If you're a guy from something like New York City, this is similar to like 8th Ave, you know, where there's a lot of shopping, a lot of tourists, a lot of chicks walking through, a lot of coffee shops. You know, he's out getting some people together, and that's what you should do. You should be in a high foot traffic area, getting people's opinions. All right, but this is not, and I won't criticize his work too much, but that's the first thing to realize is you're getting a typical like tourist, like family person, someone who's not a specialist when it comes to dating. All right, so he has a few range of topics he's going to talk about. But that's the first thing to notice is most of these people, you're going to get a lot of foot traffic, you're going to get a lot of people, but these won't be the best debaters, they won't be the best educated. You know, one of my exes, she actually studied debate, right? You actually, to formulate your words, to have talking, you know, good arguments and talking points, it's actually a sport, okay? So you can have the best information, you may have some knowledge that you know about, some experience, but you may not know how to put the words together. So that's another thing. So I'm going to jump into
Part of downtown Miami, so like a little area of downtown Miami. And yeah, man, we're going to host street debates. People can come up and have a discussion.
I don't think that's downtown. I think that's on the beach. But yeah, let's hear it.
But the long story short here, when it comes to bring back slut shaming, is we good now? Okay, so we got the speaker.
So his first thing is bring back slut shaming to force women to not be as promiscuous, right?
Sorry guys, we're fine tuning the audio. You guys can hear me fine at home, but the audience here, they're we're making sure that the speaker works. It's very complex. Hoes end up fucking everything up. It's just very simple, right? Women that are promiscuous tend to not be the best partners for you as a man. And, you know, my thing is if a woman wants to be promiscuous, that's fine. She has that prerogative. But that doesn't mean that you should accept her, right? We went from a society that cherished and respected women, that respected themselves, to a society where women that are hoes get more clout, fame, and money than mothers. And I think that that's extremely destructive to society. I think we've went far too left when it comes to feminism and progressivism and allowing women to do whatever they want to do. Because a lot of the times when they get into the sex work, whether it's OnlyFans or pornography or whatever, when they get into that field, what they think, guys, let's not block the mic so people know it's there. So if they want to come up to the mic and talk, let's put it out a little bit further. If you want to come up and talk, feel free.
Yeah, he's right there on the beach.
Let's have it there for discussion. Let's not block it and let people know that they can have a discussion.
Actually, he may be near He may be in Brickell. Let me correct that. He may actually be in Brickell. I don't think there's a Moxie's on the beach.
So anyway, as I was saying,
Oh yeah, he actually. Yeah, the Capital One Cafe. Yup, he's right in Brickell, like downtown Brickell, because the Capital One Cafe is right behind him.
where was I? Sorry guys, so many things going on right now, and I'm on like 3 hours of sleep.
For any guys who've never been to Miami, Brickell is like the Lower East Side of New York. It's like the what is it? Northern Liberties of Philly. It's, you're gonna have a, let's say, 24 to 30-year-old women and men, right? That age group, who's just getting their jobs or establishing themselves in society and having fun. So if you're a guy who's like 21, 22, 25, 26, Brickell will be a great area for you to live, hang out, visit, and meet some hot chicks. They're walking their dogs, they're going shopping, there's a lot of cafes in the area. It's a high volume, touristy, but also like very local area for you to get to know Miami. My favorite place in my opinion though, in Miami is the beach. Nothing beats the beach, and the beach has everything.
Yeah, bro, I barely slept, man. I was streaming all last night too. Okay, but yeah, so I remember. So basically, what ends up happening, guys, is we have this society where we encourage women to be hoes, sell their sexuality, and put a kind of a bad digital footprint out there. And unfortunately for young women nowadays, they don't understand that those pictures and that video or whatever they might have done for a quick buck back then is going to come back to haunt them later. So in other words, women that were 304s back in the day at least had the ability of being anonymous. Nowadays with the internet, everything is forever. And I can't tell you guys, we've interviewed almost 3 to 4.
Everything is forever. Yeah, he has a point. Being a woman who's promiscuous and, like they call them bops, this is the term nowadays, is being applauded. It's mainly because of the money. I mean, guys, you have to understand, women are playing the game differently than we are. They actually do struggle financially just as much as we do. They have problems just as much as we do, and money is one of the things that solves a lot of problems or makes them dramatically easier. So you have to take a look in the woman's shoes, and I mean, what is her best route for financial gain? It's entering the sex working industry. It's the quickest way to get rich and make money. I mean, you guys would be surprised. I mean, at least the young guys who are not that experienced, I mean, you would be surprised how much money these chicks make from just the thought, or at least an opportunity to sell themselves, guys. It's ridiculous. And this is why prostitution is illegal. I mean, you can't tax it, and it's just so much money in it. Some of these chicks are being offered tens of thousands to lay up with somebody. Tens of thousands. So I mean, a woman's body, a woman's beauty, is one of the most valuable things in the world. Far more valuable than money, far more valuable than a supercar and a big house. Is a woman's body, a woman's ability to have children. That is far more valuable. That has inherent value. So the moment they make that decision, trust me, guys, even a decent looking woman, like even ugly women, these chicks can make a ton of money selling them their bodies. It's just how the world is. So they were already like this before the internet, and now you have chicks who are promoting, oh, hey, here's my car that I got from OnlyFans. Here's the house that I bought from OnlyFans. Here's the bag that I got, the jewelry. These chicks That's all they need, and they're on go. Just like these guys, you know. Here's the car that I bought from drop shipping. Here's the chain that I bought from drop shipping. These guys are drop shipping. Oh, I want to do it. Oh. The quick get rich quick. The internet has just made it more like, oh, I need it now. So it's hard. It's very hard to say no and turn down consistently money being offered or opportunities when you're dirt poor. You know, when you're being flashed all these things on the internet.
4,000 girls now on the show. So many girls. 3,600? Thank you. About to be 37. About to be 37. Okay, thank you, Mo. So about 3,700 girls. And almost every girl that's done sex work, especially when they age, has regretted it. And said, look, if I could turn back the clocks of time, I would absolutely, go back and not do that. Because what's ended up happening is when they were young and they were beautiful and they were being a 304, it didn't matter. People were offering them all kinds of stuff. But as they got older, it came back to bite them in the ass, and they weren't able to get a guy to take them seriously. And I think that's when women really start to wake up, when they realize that, hey, does this guy want me for me? Or does he just want, does he want to,
Yeah, it happens. You know, we all have regrets in life. When we're young, we want to experience things, we want to do things. And as we get older, we mature. It happens to us all. You know, we do something in life for a few years, and then we grow out of it and we realize, wow, I wish I didn't do that. You know, even when I lost my virginity, guys, at 15. And I was looking back at it now, even though in the moment, in my time of my life, I really wanted to sleep, lose my virginity. In the moment, I thought it was fun. I thought I liked it. And then a few years later, I said, wow, I wish I didn't do it that way. I wish I lost my virginity a different way, you know. So it happens. We regret things. We mature. But the internet doesn't help. Of course, the internet, scrolling on TikTok, it doesn't help. You know, and I'm going to tell you guys why I believe it's not a woman's fault. What Myron and the community with Fresh is reporting, it's all the woman's fault. Women need to change. Women need to change. And I can tell you guys that's not a solution. You can't tell a woman to change, because, and I'm going to tell you why it doesn't work, and it will never work in just a minute. So I'm going to let them finish. And it's not their fault. I'm going to touch more exactly what I mean by that after this.
Want me for my body, or does he actually want to commit to me? And this is something that I've noticed with talking with modern women, that they can't really decipher between the two. They think just because a guy is dating me and seeing me, that that guy is also willing to commit to her. And the two are completely different. And it's not until it's too late a lot of times that women figure this out. So anyway, with that said, that's kind of my thing. Any of you ladies that are here, I see a bunch of you guys here. If you guys disagree with bring back slut shaming, you think women should be able to do whatever they want to do, go ahead and...
Slut shaming is still around. I don't think it left. Chicks are still being slut shamed. They will forever be slut shamed. It won't change. They're still being slut shamed. A chick, the first thing she say about a girl if she doesn't like her is she's a slut. You know, it's still around.
Come up to the mic, or if you want to have a discussion or ask a question, come on up. Don't be scared. I see you over there.
I wish I was around. I would have definitely went up to the mic. I truly wish I was around.
Come on up. Bring back slut shaming. That's the prompt, ladies. Bring back slut shaming. If you agree, disagree, you want to add on to the conversation, feel free to do that. Okay.
One of the things I really don't like, though, is how these talking points are being brought to the general consumer, the average, like I said, tourist, you know, people like the family, like the cousins walking through. I don't like how it's being pushed on them for them to come onto the mic, and just in general, and I see why YouTube is getting harder and harder on these stuff, because You know, if you ever, you know, a little kid and your parents were in the room talking about something, and they say, "Hey, you know, get out of the room. This is grown folks' business," or "You're not allowed in here." You know, mom and dad is talking, or you know, adults are talking right now. This is something that I believe should only adults or only men, specific caliber of men and women, should be even discussing. I don't even think this should be brought up to women, right? And I'm gonna explain why I don't think this should be even discussed to women.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, hello.
What's your name?
My name is Daria.
What is it, Gloria?
Daria.
Daria,
First letter is
okay.
D, yeah, yeah.
All right, guys, let's turn her up because let's make it because there's playing music in the back too. All right, go ahead, Daria.
Just a clarification question. What do you
Louder.
mean by slut? Maybe I didn't hear. Maybe you explain and.
What do I mean by slut?
Yeah. What do you exactly like?
A woman that, regardless of who you ask, more than likely is going to be considered promiscuous. That's a woman that's generally promiscuous.
I don't know this word. Could you please?
Oh, she has sex with a lot of people.
What?
Has sex with a lot of people.
Because of what? Because she wants to get the benefits, or because just for fun, or?
It could be for any.
Guys, she sounds Ukrainian. She looks Ukrainian, and my guess is she's from Ukraine. You're gonna have a lot of chicks, a lot of women come over from Ukraine right now, flooding Miami. I met a lot of even Polish chicks in Miami. Mexico. These chicks are fleeing Ukraine, fleeing, and the men there are dying every single day. They're not allowed to leave, but the women are allowed to leave. So I can almost guarantee she's Ukraine. But let's hear it.
Reason, you know, it could be for their work for pornography. It could be for a sugar daddy. It could be just because they enjoy it. You know, any type of. And I would.
Guys, do you think Myron paid to play ever in his life? You think he ever made that decision to pay to play in Miami? I wouldn't doubt it.
Argue even not just promiscuity, but even in the way they display themselves. So if she dresses like a slut, I think that's a problem too.
Yeah. All right.
You know?
This I agree completely.
Oh, you agree?
Because our social, our humanity now is so spoiled or so.
Yeah, she agrees with it because she's Ukrainian. A lot of chicks from Eastern Europe, they don't sleep around. They won't even sleep with you on the first date, second date. It's in their culture. You know, when I was over in Eastern Europe, the average chick wouldn't come to my house until like the third date. You know, they didn't play that. So more than likely she agrees with that, not sleeping around.
So bad. They don't respect women,
Turning it up.
and because the women don't respect themselves, the way how they show themselves, the way how they act. This is kind of like so bad. But what do you think if a woman had a lot of partners, like sexual partners, not because of all of that what you just said, just because she really sincere and she wants to have a relationship, but she doesn't know how to build it. Maybe she's too young to know.
Just so I
like,
make sure I have this right. So you're asking, what if she has a lot of partners from being in multiple relationships?
not on the same time. Just
Yeah.
Along
Yeah,
the
over
line.
time.
Yeah.
So my answer to that is if she's actually been in like relationships over time,
Yeah.
those relationships are gonna probably last. So it shouldn't be more than 2 to 3 maybe if she had long-term serious relationships.
Guys, you can like look at his eyes. And you can just tell he's just like he's kind of like guessing off his talking points. He's not that sure of what he's saying, but he's like saying it when it's not realistic. And that's the thing I notice with this side of the internet is you're telling guys they need to rack up their lay count, and you're telling the women they shouldn't be sleeping around. It's counterintuitive. It doesn't make any sense. In order for these, the reason why women are reported sleeping around a lot, one of the biggest reasons is because guys like him and other people who agree with him are telling guys they need to sleep with a lot of girls. You need to rack up your lays, buddy. So they are learning some game. They're learning some pickup from these guys to get in these women's pants, which sometimes work, which is making these women promiscuous. And something I strongly believe in is men are the ones behind the promiscuous women, because when you bring up things like OF and you bring up things like women sleeping around and being in the sex life, sex workers, who's managing these chicks? They're men. They are men orchestrating these meetups, producing this content. There are 99% men for the paper.
Right? Because what I've noticed with women is men are simple. Like, if you can't keep a guy around, something's wrong with the woman, right? Because, you know, it's typically women that initiate breakups. I see you're making a face. You disagree? No, her, the girl you're with. She's making a face. Women initiate most breakups, and they're impossible to please. That's the reality.
Yeah, you get the eyes tell all, guys. Now, I'm not really gonna just criticize his work all over the place. I'm just telling you guys what content is, right? Content, the things he's saying is very polarizing, and it arises emotion, right? And I don't blame him. This is content. This is how you get views. This is how you strike debates and arguments, right? Fuel the internet. Oh my God, he said this. But it's not true, right? It gets viewership because it's so ridiculous. Like, what did you just say, huh? It gets the viewership. It gets engagement. But that doesn't mean it's true, right? So the one thing I learned about life and just the dating game in general is very gray. It's very gray. One thing can easily not be true if it was a different circumstance, like one different variable, right? And one thing could be true that was false because of a different environment, right? Like, so it's very gray. And when you bring up maturity and growth, things change dramatically. You can believe one thing in one period in life, and then your whole mindset changes.
Reality.
But you know, men in Miami, they're kind of so playing. They're players here.
They're playing?
Like most of men in Miami, they're players. And
players.
Yeah. And even though a woman wants to have a nice relationship, she's cool, she's interested in that, but men are not. And they kind of play with her, and she's a victim now.
Yeah,
So-
well, the thing is,
Guys, I just said it. If you were here just a couple minutes ago, I just said it. How can you tell women to stop being promiscuous when the guys are the aggressors? They're the ones who set the pace of the relationship, initiate contact, and move things forward to the bedroom, right? Women just go out and look pretty. That's all they got to do. Take care of their body, go out, do their hair, look pretty, stand around. Guys, I'm out in Scottsdale. These chicks, it's so obvious. They come out to a cigar lounge. I'm in a cigar lounge chilling with the homie, and it's instantly noticeable. Like, these chicks came out to meet a guy. They go to the bar, they're not talking to anyone, they're dressed pretty. That's all these chicks have to do. The guys are the ones setting the rhythm, setting up the approaches, the rhythm, controlling the dating pace. So if these guys want to sleep with her, you're telling guys to rack up their lays. They're going to be players because they're going to talk to her, date her, sleep with her, and then go to the next girl, do the next thing, which overalls make women promiscuous or have a lot of bodies.
is that as a man,
Is it a slut? Because she keeps having different partners because of that.
yeah, that makes her a slut. Yeah. So a man that's a player is not the same as a woman that's a slut. It's not the same. A guy that can be a player, that he has to do something right to be a player. If a woman's a player, she's a whore.
No, woman. No. This lady is not a player.
No, I'm just explaining to you that, like,
Yeah, there's a group. There's a group of guys that think this way. Typically, the guys who've matured and grown in life, you know, say they're in their 40s, they're ready to settle down, you know, they think of women like this, right? I want a virgin. I want a chick who's fucking young as, you know, young as whatever. I want a chick who has no experience, you know. That's how these guys think. These young guys, anywhere from like 17 to 25, generally, they don't think this way. They don't care if a chick is sleeping around or not. Like, you know how many guys have slept with that chick, what's her name, Bonnie Blue? You know how, and they already know this chick has just slept with like 30 guys the day before on a train. She goes out to the beach. They're taking pictures with her. Oh my God, Bonnie Blue. And then they go back to the hotel room and sleep with her. Guys are dogs. They don't care. You guys don't care. In theory, you may, you know, make a couple jokes out of it or say, oh yeah, she's this, she's that. But most guys, if they had the opportunity to sleep with her, they will sleep with her.
because you said, oh, the men in Miami are players.
Like, a lot, most
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
I don't want to say
Well, here's
about
the thing.
all of them, but I think the way they think
Well,
that
hold on. Let me stop you real quick.
Oh, okay.
That's a man being a player is not the same as a woman being a slut at all. A man that's a player has to have skill. A woman that's a slut doesn't.
Okay, yeah.
So if anything, that's why a guy that's a player is respected, and women that are players are not. Now I'm glad that you mentioned that. So that goes into what I said with the slut shaming. We live in a society now where a woman that's a player is respected. It shouldn't be that way. It should be, if you're a player as a female, you should be shamed for that. Versus if you're a player as a man, you should be respected for that. Now again, I'm not sitting here saying like run around and bang every girl, but if a man's a player, he's doing something right by definition.
Yeah, look at his eyes, guys. The eyes tell all. It's like, huh? What do you think about this? Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. It sounds true. I believe in it, and it should get her. Did that get her? You don't really believe in that. You're kind of like on the fence of it. It sounds good enough to be true, but it seems like he's holding on to something that he doesn't truly know yet. Now, I used to be the guy who rack up these lays, you know. I was blitzing. Like, there were times I would have 7 chicks I met in a day, you know. It would range anywhere from like 1 to 7 chicks in a day. You know, I was ramping it up. And, you know, after a certain point, you know, I realized it's not what it's all about. You know, it's just one area of relationships. It's not everything.
Well, I'm not agree with that. However, I think the bottom line is just people, men or women, they have to respect each other and their own interests and being sincere from the very beginning. If you want to play, you say, hey, I'm here for play. Are you fine with it? If the girl is fine, okay, slut, shame her for being a slut. If she's not, then okay, just go next.
No,
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's what you're going to get with a lot of European chicks. This is how intellectual they are and humble and sincere. Like, this is how they are, you know. This is how they are because the men are. You know, the men hold themselves at a high standard, and how they structure everything in those countries is just how it is, you know. course, you're gonna have ones who are running around doing what they want, but for the most part, you're gonna experience chicks who have this kind of intellect, right? Life is very gray. It's very, very gray.
I think we need to shame women. In many ways. I think there's a lot of problems in society, and we don't tell women the truth, right? Honestly, if it were up to me, I'd put them all back in the kitchen. If it were up to me, I'd take away. I'm not even kidding around. I'll take their voting rights away. I'd repeal the 19th Amendment. I'd have curfew hours. I would, I'd put things in place to protect them from themselves. Feminism is probably one of the worst social experiments we've ever had, by far. But anyone else, if you disagree, the prompt is, yeah, anybody can walk up to the mic. Yep.
What's up, you guys? Follow my TikTok, CDad_.
All right, bro. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Facts. Get on there, homie. Word.
That's
Luckily, I was on audio.
Yeah. Just mute. Yeah, they do shit like that. Just mute them. What's up, bro? You go. Yeah. What's up? Try to keep it on topic though. Bring back slut shaming, guys. You got to come out more like a C.
Look, he already got a mic on. So he looked like he already shooting content, streaming. This weird shit. All this streaming now. If you guys ever saw that show Black Mirror, it's one episode where everyone's streaming. This was before streaming became a thing, like this wireless streaming. Like it was somebody in the street getting murdered, like running away from somebody, like some people, and everybody was just streaming it on their phones, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And no one was helping. Everyone was just streaming.
If Melissa wants to stand here, she could do that, like in between. Oh, I meant right here. But whatever's easier. Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, can Indians bag baddies?
Yeah, but they tend to not be as successful as other races.
Do you think I can bag baddies one day?
I mean, bro, the sky's the limit, man. Like, the beauty about being a guy is if you increase your status and, max out your S&V as best you can do it.
So I just need big bucks, like money.
Money's a component, but I also think that it's important that guys understand, like, female nature and also get in the gym.
Oh, okay.
Because those three things are in your control. I think every guy can make himself at least a 7. I genuinely believe that.
What would am I a 7? Or do I still have to go up there?
Bro,
Homie, cool. he trolling. He trolling. This is how a police interview you. He's smart how he laying out his questions.
you're asking, then that's the L right there. All right. Who's up next? Go ahead. Bring back slut shaming is the topic.
Hey, I believe if a woman has a player, it's because she don't know how to act in the house, Because I've been a player all my life, and I had some good women, and they changed my mentality, definitely. So,
hey, can you say that again, bro, and speak louder? Because it sounds like...
Yeah, he talking. You heard? He talking. Listen to him. This is somebody, like he said, he been a player. He done transcended from that. You feel me? He didn't had a better understanding because of his woman. All he had to do was meet one woman or a couple who had that, and he changed. Being a player is different from having a high lay count. Like, you can have a high lay count or whatever and not be a player. Like, a player is somebody who lies and cheats their way to get the results, to get something they want out of women, and they have no moral respect. That's a player. A player doesn't necessarily have to mean a high lay count. You don't need skill to be a player. All you have to do is just lie endlessly and manipulate. Play on women's emotions. That's all you need to be a player.
You're mumbling.
if a woman has a player in the house, it's because she don't know how to act. Because I've been a player all my life, but I had some good women that have changed my mentality. So if a woman knows that she has a player, guess what? Don't play the same game, and she will change me definitely in 5-6 months.
I mean,
Yeah, you hear him. Yeah, yo, listen to him. You know, and you could always tell a guy instantly how he coming at the game, how he approaching the game, his experience level, just by his demeanor, his mannerisms. He's humble, he's experienced, he know the game. Like he told y'all the truth. Hey man, all I had to do was meet one woman. She changed my life. She changed my entire perspective on how I treat women.
look, as long as the guy's making the decision, I'm fine with it. I don't care if, like, my thing is I just don't want guys being monogamous out of necessity.
Exactly.
Most men are monogamous because they got to be. Their wife runs the
We are.
relationship. They're bitches. They're fucking whipped. Their woman tells them what to do. That's the reality.
What up, bro? SR9207, what's going on?
So as long as you're choosing, like, yo, I want to be monogamous, that's fine.
But I'm gonna tell you something too. Man can make the woman too. If you are a good man, and if you don't play with her with her mind, you could change the woman too. You know.
Guys, I just said this. He knows. See, he came on the show and told him how it is. This is what we need right here. He's a guy who's actually telling you the truth. He's not, the way he's looking at him, he's like, bro, here's what it is. Come on now. I know you got a show to produce and content to make, money to make, but let's be real. This is how it really is, bro. Look at his eyes. He's telling them. You could tell. You know, like cut the BS, bro. This is how it is, man. I know you got some content to make. You know, I know you got some extreme pointers to put out there to get something to go viral, but come on, bro. This is how it is.
You know. So I mean,
Yeah, that's
we
your
have
job
that
as the man.
chance, too.
I think it's your look.
Our
I
job
think
is to be a man, but not a show them.
Who you think of winning a fight? If they just squabbled it out right here, right now, who you think is more determined? Like, look at his eyes and look at his eyes.
You know that we could fuck any girl too.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. This might be shocking to some of you guys, but you guys do understand that any
Bro, look at his eyes. Bro, that's how you know bro is really solid. Bro know the game. Bro solid. Like, come on, bro. Don't do that. And chicks pick up the same thing. They can look at a guy like him and look at a guy like him and say, oh, I want to be with him. You know, or I want to be over on this team. Just because of the eyes. So it's the little things like that, guys, that make a huge difference.
girl you date, you're gonna have to train her, right? Like, I'm dead ass about this. Like, when you guys decide to get a girl or date a girl, you're gonna have to train the bad habits out of her.
But
This is another
don't train
controversial
her
topic.
Like you have to train her just outright, and she will learn. Definitely, I got
Nah,
5
bro,
kids.
you got to train her, bro. Like, I don't think you understand how, because you're an older guy, bro. Women today are so cooked that you have to deprogram all the bad habits out of.
That's how it's always been. When you get married, the tradition is you take her from her father. You take her from the aisle, walk her down the aisle, or if the father walks her down the aisle, you take her as the husband. It's my job now to provide and protect her and provision her and make sure she's being raised the right way. Simple.
Out of them when you date them
I
to
understand.
make them the perfect girlfriend for you, because the average girl thinks that she's equal to you, thinks that she's strong and independent, thinks that she can tell you what to do, she thinks that she has equal footing with you, but if someone breaks into the house, she's going to expect you to rise up to the occasion
But
and
I
protect
was
her.
married 23 years
Yeah,
with
you've been out the
with a
game for a
girl
while, bro.
That she was 8 years younger than me. Guess what? She got me
Yeah,
3
bro,
kids.
you said you've been married, you've been out the game too long.
No, I'm
not-
married right now, and I'm living in
No, I
Brickell.
know, but you
Yeah, facts. Yeah, talk that, homie. Yeah, you're like, nah, what you talking about? I'm married. I'm living in Brickell. Fact, I'm got kids. Come on, stop it. Stop it. Come on, stop
you were married
it.
23 years, bro. Like, bro,
He laughing at her like, bro, you goofy. Come on, bro. Stop that, bro. Come on. I'm living. I got the wife, got the kids. I'm in Brickell. I'm living. Yeah. See, he knows this internet, bro. He know this internet, bro. This just internet. You know, internet.
You,
Nah, that was like, 5 years ago. But now I'm not married. I'm just living with a girl. What I'm saying is, man, we could, if we are right, the girls will are right too.
of course, I agree.
There you go. There you go. We're the leaders. You know, like I said, we set the course of action in the dating and relationships. We're the ones. So if we act right, chicks will act right. You know, what do you hear Future, Drake, and all these people rap about? Fuck her with some Gucci flip flops, effort from her man. Like, you know, they're the ones with the money, with the status, and they're training our women how to act. They should be cheating on their boyfriend. They should be saying it's a girl's trip. They should be letting them hit after the club, before the night out. All these things. These are the guys who are putting stuff in our women's head. And after a while, first, second, 6 months down the line, these chicks are doing that, right? Like he said, if we straight how it is, he said what he said and he walked off.
Two. All right, who's up next? Bring back slut shaming is the topic. Okay, bring back slut shaming. And we have another topic as well. It's not being held up. It's Israel's a threat to America. That's another one. Let's make sure. Yeah, we should have had that. I don't know.
I'm gonna skip through. He's gonna talk about Epstein, Israel. Won't get into politics. We're just gonna get in how to treat girls versus 304.
So
And just so you know, the two prompts: bring back slut shaming and Israel's a threat to America.
so
Those are the two topics.
about the shut thing, right? So if I see a girl on Instagram and she's acting a certain way, I'll treat her like that. A nice way, I'll treat her like that. But if she's acting like a slut, you know, do you think I'm doing the right thing or I'm doing the wrong thing?
So say that again. You're with a girl and what?
So if she acting like a slut on Instagram, I'll treat her like a slut, right?
Yeah.
But if she, do you think I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing?
Well, no, that's good. I tell guys you need to date a girl for 6 months to a year to vet her.
I mean,
Like, I wouldn't even, you shouldn't commit to a girl unless you've been seeing her for at least 6 months to a year.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's not in my life, like, guys, it's not on purpose. It's just, you know, I'm doing my thing. You know, I'm super busy. I'm traveling. I'm working, you know, very hard on business. You know, and my priorities, my standards, the way I'm doing things, for a chick to come into my life and actually get comfortable, and it's gonna take her at least about 6 months. You know, she got to pass the security clearance, guys. Literally, like, that's how her interviews, a second interview, a third interview, then we can go on a first date. Then I'm out of town for 2 months. I come back, see her again. Like, 6 months she's in my life, and by that time, if she can make it that far, then I'll take her serious, you know.
6 months to a year?
6 months to a year, you have to vet her.
Oh, okay.
Remember I told you most women come with bad habits? Well, you might have not been here. I said earlier, most...
And far as vetting, you don't need to, like, vet her. It shouldn't take you 6 months to vet. Instagram does the best vetting for you guys. Just literally go to her Instagram page, and she'll tell you everything you need to know about her within 2 days. That's all you need to do. That's enough vetting.
smarter women come with bad habits. And your job as the man is to train those bad habits out of their system.
I mean, I feel like you should just fuck the bad habits out of them.
You should what?
You should fuck the bad habits out of them.
All right. All right. What's up?
Bro trying to go viral. See, this is what I mean, guys. This is the internet. Like, it's shocking. Like, oh my God, what did he just say? And may get some clicks. People may, come on, dog. Is that really true? Maybe. But look at them. They're laughing. He's like, dude, I'm going to just say something funny. But if enough guys play this back over and over, get some views, some guys may genuinely start to believe, hey, this is what I need to do. I need to F that bad habits out of her. Oh my God. Some guys looking like trying to pick up content to get some views, just spin something up. Oh, we're gonna find this and just spin it up. And there you go. This is shaping your preference. Oh, I need to find a girl that, even though she's a whore, I can F it out of her.
Who's up next? Israel's a threat to America or bring back slut shaming? Who's up next?
Let the robot pass through.
Come on up to the mic, guys.
Oh man, I wish I was out there. I really do wish. And I was passing through Brickell while my girl was living out there, but I was mainly on the beach. The beach is the best place, hands down. I was on the beach. But I wish I was out there. I would have definitely hopped on the mic. Because like I said in the beginning, guys, debating is a debating is a profession. It looks easy, but it's really not. You know, my ex, she was a state class. She won state championships in debating. This is a sport. Not only do you need the right information, but you need the best way to formulate your talking points and bring things to attention and have your rebuttals. Like, he's studying this stuff behind the scenes, and he's just picking up random tourists from all age groups to talk about these like strong arguments he prepared. I mean, they're weak, but you know, these people aren't prepared, you know. Bring on a guy like I like about Alex from PWF. He brings on other dating coaches. He brings on guys who, you know, who have some experience. You know, they can actually bring strong arguments.
Can't be mean to them. You gotta give them one thing. You know.
I know, I get that, but don't you think if we want them to be able to have kids, that means that it needs to come in a stable household, and that's going to come from a woman that's with a man, one man?
That's true, but nowadays it's different. You just gotta accept it. You know what I mean? The hoes gonna be hoes.
That's the problem right
there.
there.
The hoes gonna be hoes.
No, bro, but that's the thing. We can't accept that. The thing is that if we should respect women because they have kids, well, we have to create the infrastructure for them to have kids properly. You know what I'm saying?
What, we have the infrastructure, bro. These girls on fucking child support, they can have as many kids as they want.
The problem is the infrastructure to raise the kids properly. Two-parent households, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of, you know.
Bro, I would not be bending down like that. Bring up this mic. Wouldn't dare. I would have grabbed this mic, lift. Come on, dog. You got to stand tall. I'm not bending over like that.
Kids that have single moms, yeah, for sure. And they get help from the state. But I think a father is significantly better than SNAP or welfare or EBT, whatever it is.
What about the ultra wealthy men with like multiple kids? What's the difference between, how do we know we're raising them?
The ultra what?
Like ultra wealthy men with multiple wives, multiple kids.
That's rare. That's maybe 1 in a million. That's like Andrew Tate type shit. You know what I mean? Elon Musk.
There's no difference though.
Very few men can pull that off. Very few.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Nah. You can pull it off. Guys, there's guys in the hood. There's guys in the hood with like 3-4 baby moms, guys. Like my dad had like 8 kids. 8 kids, and we did fine. Like, he wasn't even rich. You know, he was getting money. He wasn't broke. You know, he had like 8 kids. It's not that expensive to raise kids, and like you don't need a lot of money to have 3 or 4 different baby mamas. Like it's not. What I tell guys is, if you're confident and fun, those are like the 2 fundamentals. Confident and fun, chicks will sleep with you, man. You're convincing enough, they will lay up with you and have your kids, man. So many times, like.
No.
Yeah, very few. Like for the reality is, most guys are gonna have to be in a relationship with a woman, nuclear family type, won't be able to have other women. Like, that's just the reality.
So we should be slut shaming? Is that what we're saying? Like we should be? Like,
yes.
what does slut shaming even mean? What are we talking shit about them or what?
Yeah, so basically shaming women that don't have certain characteristics conducive to a good long-term relationship.
So all women are sex workers?
No, well, we should try to make them not sex workers. A lot of them are is the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
Okay, I see.
Whether it's covertly or overtly, a lot of them are, and I think that's a big problem. So,
But they've always been. That's the thing. They've always been. Like I said in the beginning, guys. When a chick, I met, 16, 17, I was meeting sugar daddies. I was meeting, these chicks are, listen guys, it's a quinceañera. That's quince. She's a woman in that culture. So give it a couple years in the game. Trust me, far before 18, far before they already know what's going on. So by the time they're already 21, 22, guys, they already, not saying they slept with a lot of guys, I wouldn't say that, but they've at least had like 1,000 reference experiences, at least 1,000. Where if that's guys initiating contact and DMing them, approaching them, asking them out on dates, courting them, giving them flowers, trying to sleep with them, 1,000 reference experiences of that. By the time a guy's 18, he may have had only 5 reference experiences. Alright, so it's the reference experiences.
So that's why I'm saying we need to bring back slut shaming, because really the only thing women respond to favorably is social consequences for bad behavior.
Yeah.
The days of a man telling a woman, hey, do this, do that, she's like, no, fuck you. So the only way they're gonna get it is they need to get ostracized by society, and that comes through slut shaming. That's why it was so powerful 67 years ago.
How many kids do you have? How many kids do you have?
I don't have any.
Really?
No.
So do you feel like you should be able to talk about this stuff or not?
Sure, because men are not the same as women. We come from a different position.
I'm just talking shit. Fuck women. Fuck the Jews. Let's go.
Great.
Okay, so I was just curious. So how could you blame women?
Yeah, you gotta talk into the mic.
Sorry. So how could you for being sluts if
Say that again, sorry.
There you go. There you go, guys. There you go. This guy's a winner right here. This is it. I just said this in the beginning of the live. It's men's fault. Men have made women like this. Not women. Men have made women like this because they're in control. They're the ones behind the scenes pushing this stuff. You think a chick has the intelligence, organization skills, business skills to get no. It's men.
saying I feel like men created slut behavior, no? So how could you blame?
I just said it. Even with Future and Drake, these guys are singing the girls in ways to get them to cheat and sleep around with them. Come on.
Women for that? Shouldn't it be the men's responsibility?
Well, the thing with men is men simply adapt to the new sexual marketplace. Men adapt because since we're
men are adapting the pace. Hang on, guys. I want to make sure the connection's good. Let's see. I need a producer here. Alright guys, just give me a moment. I'm going to do what I can to try to fix the connection.
we're the ones that are pursuing the women. The women are the ones that have changed significantly. Men haven't really changed that much. It's the women that have changed mostly through feminism and progressivism. So men have basically adjusted their sexual strategy to accommodate and or be able to get sexual access with women. So that's why guys have kind of switched their strategy up. So I see what you mean. Like, hey, aren't we enabling it? Yes, to a degree. But at the end of the day, it's feminism and the revolution that's kind of brought us here. And then men assimilated to that to get laid. And what they don't know is that feminism actually benefits a small percentage of men the most, right? It benefits a large majority of women, but it also puts them in a weaker position when it comes to getting a relationship. And it gives all the leverage to the top 1 or 2% of guys, because all the women are chasing that small percentage of men, because now they're all entitled and feel like they deserve it because they make more money, they go to college, they're educated, all this crap. Oh, I deserve the best guy. Like, the average woman is delusional, if I'm going to be honest. They don't deserve the guy that they want.
Yeah, no, I see that. But just thinking about, like, regardless of sex, I feel like every action they have is to benefit themselves. And I feel like women, you know, like, people will pay money to see women's OnlyFans, like this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like,
it's a
if I was
problem.
a girl, I do OnlyFans, I can make a ton of money. Like,
Yep. No, you're right.
Shit.
And I said that before. Like, we have all these positive reinforcements to really bad female behavior. And there's no incentive to be virtuous and chaste and, you know, find a guy when they're at their peak age. It's more about just being a 304 and monetizing it as much as they can. But here's the problem. A lot of them don't have the wherewithal to understand that there's going to be consequences at the end of that. A lot of them think, oh, yeah, I'm just going to be myself and do what I want, then find a man later. Nah, they're cooked.
yeah.
And I
see
think
what
if
you're
more women understood that they're going to literally be cooked, they might think twice about doing the dumb shit that they do. But it's because we have this entire simp economy where we tell women they can do whatever they want to do with zero consequence that they behave the way that they do.
Guys, I'm gonna wrap up this live. Thanks for everyone that joined in. I've got some more work to do, but if you guys like to hit the like button, I will do some more things like this in the future. I'm just gonna configure some settings to ensure that we have consistent, stable connection. It's much more than I thought it would be, as far as everything with the latency and bit rates, and I have a strong connection, but it's the production behind the scenes that I have to compress certain signals, and it's a lot, guys. So I'm gonna do some research into this and ensure